Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all well. Just as I was about to start recording this, I've seen a massive spider in the corner. Massive? Like big enough for me to sit here and go, I'm kind of in my, I kind of know it's there now, so it's perturbing me. Now I was going to say I'll get some. Shall I get a shot of it? Okay, I'm going to try and photograph the big spider. Okay, I photographed the spider. Arachnophobes, look away. 3, 2, 1. Okay. It's not a tarantula. we don't get those in the UK. We just get big gnarly house spiders, of which it's probably dead because it's like the winter now. So it's maybe come out of hiding and just. Still going to be touching it though. I might. No, I'm not going to touch it. That pencil. No, it's too. That's too short. Maybe I will touch it with my baton or baton. I will conduct it out of the studio. Anyway, I'm not talking about spiders tonight, and I'm not talking about modulars, Volca modulars, and synths tonight. I'm just want to talk about. I don't know if this is it's not an album review, or maybe it's a kind of preview, but it's something that I thought was just cool and really, really exciting. So I heard this on the radio last night. So I'm going to put on the screen the previous 4 albums from the artist, the band Bat for Ashes. Good band. Natasha Khan, great artist. I'm not like a massive Bat for Ashes fan, but I particularly my favorite track I would say is Daniel. That's off the second album. I like that track. But in the Army of Mice world, Bat for Ashes are big news, and particularly Chris from Army of Mice is a huge fan. So there is much talk of the work of Bat for Ashes in the Army of Mice world. Now this is that's not the cool thing. This is the cool thing. Imagine the work of Bat for Ashes, which you may or may not be familiar with, and then imagine combining that with classic vampire 80s horror, The Lost Boys, right? A combination of those two things? Really? Surely that's not a thing. You don't have to imagine it, because it is a thing. Because Bat for Ashes' latest album, the album that's just been released, seems to be exactly that. And I've just gone out and bought a copy. So as I say, she was on the radio last night, and she was talking about this album that's called Lost Girls, right? So this seems to be directly referencing the Lost Boys, and she was talking about her love of 80s films and that era, which is sort of, there's some classic stuff there. Indiana Jones, Ghostbusters, there's some good stuff there. I mean, the original Ghostbusters, the original Indiana Jones, Back to the Future. There's some good movies in the 80s. Good movies, good music, good film music. I'll maybe do a video about that. My top 5 80s movie tracks. Yeah, that's a good video. I'm going to do that. Anyway, so she was talking about this, the sort of this era of film and how that was a big influence, and how this album's called Lost Girls, and I've heard clips of the album on the radio, and it did sound very kind of 80s and synthy and just great. So as I say, I rushed out and bought a copy tonight. What format though does one buy? What format? Oh, that's a tricky one. Download. I could probably stream it, couldn't I? CD, classic. But obviously, there's only one way to go. Vinyl. Yeah. Obviously, not the cheapest option, is it? Yeah, not the cheapest option. And I was kind of hoping I'd get a free digital download with this. But it's not clear. Maybe let's have a look inside. I've taken off the plastic because I'm not going to collect it. I'm actually going to listen to it. I'm going to put it on my record player and listen to it. You know, because I don't want to be a collector. But and I'm not going to play it on this because of copyright, yada yada. But we can have a look at it, can't we? We can have a look at it. Ooh, look at that! This is literally the first time I'm seeing it. Yes, and that's the back cover. So in the interview with Natasha on the radio I was listening to, she was talking about how she's been to film school, UCLA, I think. She's working on a screenplay, and this is sort of, a prototype soundtrack to an unwritten film, which sounds like a kind of remake of Lost Boys except with witches. So I guess this is what this photography alludes to. Also, I mean, this is so like old school and great, like an album of vinyl with the song lyrics printed on the back. Oh, amazing. So anyway, let's pop that back in. Carefully pop that back in. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing this evening. Now I've talked about vinyl. I think in the last video I talked about, actually they're still down here. I talked about my my Queen vinyl. And this is my old Queen vinyl, which is still on the floor from my previous video. Yeah, that would not cheap to buy those brand new in vinyl. But HMV. That's got a lot of vinyl now. I mean, like literally 3 or 4 tables of vinyl. It's kind of like the old days. Where you go into a record shop and it is literally boxes and boxes of records, and that's great. I mean, is it a fad? And it is quite pricey. So are we being exploited? Is HMV exploit, or are music publishers exploiting this fad to get us to buy the music we've already got, to rebuy it as a vinyl? I don't know. And if it is, I'm guilty, because I didn't just buy Lost Girls. Also, there was a special deal. So look at this. Disraeli Gears for the mirror. Come on, Mark, sort it out. For a tenner. That's amazing. Is it amazing? So this is the 180 gram heavyweight vinyl. So this is the new vinyl. So this is the newly pressed copy of Disraeli Gears. And there's a voucher in there. There is a voucher in there for an MP3 download. That is the best of both worlds. Something, I mean, look at that. That is beautiful. But I get to download the album and put it on my phone, listen to it in the car, and I get to listen to this when I'm at home. That is the best of both worlds, isn't it? Is that the best of both worlds? So, classic blues album, blues rock. Now, if you've ever tried to learn guitar, or you do play guitar, so you were once at a point of learning guitar, you've probably learned and played "Sunshine of Your Love." It's like classic learning to play guitar riff. That's track 2. Strange Brew, track 1, great track. Tales of Brave Ulysses, that's a great track. Now, what's not on this? White Room isn't on this. Is that my favourite Cream track? Don't know. See, Strange Brew, White. No, I think White Room is probably my favourite Cream track. That's not on. Yes, that's not on here. But Tales of Brave Ulysses, that's a good track. That's White Room-esque, isn't it? Anyway, so now this I haven't opened. Oh, it's tempting. It's tempting to be a collector and keep this in its plastic. I don't know. Anyway, I've got my hands full with Natasha, so that's that's what I'm going to be doing. In fact, I'm going to go and put that on and edit this video. I don't think I've got anything else to say. Yeah, so there we go. This is me rambling about the new Bat for Lashes album. Cheers. Update on the spider situation. It's not dead, and it's on the move. Ooh. Oh well, I'll have to just leave this room the next day.